Hi, my name is Dr. Amy Taub. We're here to do a Kybella injection. This may actually be the first commercial injection, or one of the first that's going to occur, because we just got trained over the weekend for the first training meeting of training the trainers. So what we're going to do is we're going to assess. Kybella is a substance called deoxycholic acid, which is a biosalt that actually goes from your liver and is stored in your gallbladder, and it breaks down fat in your intestine. And so what they've done is they've synthesized the molecule that's exactly the same to use it to dissolve this unwanted fat that is underneath the chin here, because many people are bothered by it. So, and it's not a lot of fat, but just that little bit of fat. So what we're going to do right now is to identify the proper place to inject the fat. The first thing I'm going to do is to identify the jawline, and I'm going to make a line. I'm feeling for the jawline. I'm going to make a line all the way across. Can you turn your head this way for me? And the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark what we call the submental crease, a little crease that you have right under your chin. And then I'm going to have you turn your head this way, and I'm going to identify the anterior border of this muscle called the sternocleidomastoid. And again, the front or anterior border of the muscle here, which defines the middle third of the neck, and that's the area that we're going to be working on. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to feel for your thyroid cartilage, which is right there. Sorry. And then the last thing I'm going to do is try to identify what we call the hyoid bone. It's a little bone that sits under the neck crosswise. And that is right there. Then we have what we call a no-fly zone. Can you put your tongue on the top of the roof of your mouth? So right now what I'm doing is I'm identifying her submandibular gland, which fortunately they're high. You feel it on this side. Because there's a little nerve that comes out, comes from here. Clench your teeth for me. So it comes from here and comes up around like this. Clench your teeth again. Harder. So there's a nerve called the marginal mandibular branch that controls the lower lip, and comes like this. So we're going to make a no-fly zone, which is about 1 centimeter to 1.5 centimeters below the jawline. So that we can avoid that nerve. And then if you could tip your chin up. Here's where the fat is. Now we're going to apply the grid that helps guide us where to put the dots. And we're going to hold it against her neck, and we're going to go ahead and wet it. Voila! And now we're going to look and see which of these dots are outside of our little square that we made. That's the area that we want to treat, because we don't want to treat these other dots inadvertently while we're concentrating on the injection. Okay. Now we're going to count the dots, because that tells us how much of the solution we need to draw up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. So we divide 20 by 5, and that means we need 4 cc's of the product. So we're going to draw that up now. So because this is what we call a bile acid, after it starts to work, it does cause discomfort and pain. Now this isn't absolutely required of this procedure, but in order to make it so it's very comfortable for her, I'm going to go ahead and inject a small amount of lidocaine, okay? Sorry. And now I'm going to carefully inject each one of these dots. I'm not going to inject right through the dot because we don't want the dye of the dot to transfer into the skin. A little pinprick. And each dot gets 0.2 cc's. And the dots are spaced to be 1 centimeter apart. Can you hand me the next syringe, please? I'm trying not to take my eye off of it so I know exactly where I stopped and started. So that concludes the procedure. Now we're just going to clean her off. Okay, now she's going to apply this ice to her neck for about 15 minutes, which will diminish the sensation of stinging or burning, and she will go about her day. And that's it. Very simple injection for Kybella for unwanted fat underneath the chin.